It was a good fight, like, but
Close fight.
no.
Undisputed light heavyweight champion Artur Beterbiev boldly dismissed Dmitry Bivol's chances ahead of their rematch, claiming it's not a close fight. However, both fighters have acknowledged each other's strengths. Beterbiev praised Bivol's exceptional skills, recognizing what makes him a formidable opponent. In response, Bivol also expressed respect for Beterbiev's abilities, acknowledging the attributes that make him a dangerous competitor in the ring as they prepare for their highly anticipated rematch.
I think skills, like, he's smart, he's good boxer.
Known as one of boxing's most feared knockout artists, he has consistently stayed humble throughout his career. In a recent interview, he took the chance to reflect on his powerful knockout ability.
If you compare with the statistic, yes, me, but I don't think so.
Artur Beterbiev has begun intense preparations for a possible rematch against Dmitry Bivol, pushing himself to the limit and working tirelessly to elevate his performance. In a recent video circulating online, he's seen entering beast mode after a grueling gym session, demonstrating the dedication, grit, and relentless effort he's putting into his preparation for the upcoming fight. As fight day nears, Beterbiev has promised to deliver one of the best performances of his career for his fans. Meanwhile, Bivol has acknowledged Beterbiev as an undeniable top knockout artist, recognizing his skill even before their first encounter.
He has 100% knockouts before the first.
The first fight between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol sparked divided opinions. While Beterbiev secured a decisive victory, many believe Bivol deserved the win. Recently, Beterbiev sat down with Shiz on the Adult in the Ring podcast to share his perspective on the fight's outcome, offering a humorous take on people's differing judgments.
I'm sure if I'm not winning this fight, they never give me this fight,
Right. Right.
There is no my uncle's judges,
After Beterbiev secured a decision victory over Dmitry Bivol in their first matchup, the results sparked differing opinions, with some believing Bivol should have won. Among those supporting Bivol was David Benavidez, who also leaned in favor of the Russian fighter, further fueling the debate surrounding the outcome of the fight.
I thought Bivol won that fight, to be honest with you. It was a close fight. It could have went. Couldn't have went either way. I feel like Bivol won most of the rounds. He controlled most of the rounds, and his combination punching was.
On the other hand, Artur Beterbiev firmly rejected this opinion, confidently expressing his view on their first fight. He stated that it wasn't a close contest, emphasizing his belief that the victory was decisive and beyond debate.
Good fight, like, but
Close fight.
no close.
Coach Joel Diaz also shared his thoughts on their first fight. After watching the bout, he expressed his belief that Bivol had the upper hand, leaning in favor of the Russian fighter as the deserving winner in their initial matchup.
I had Bivol because we were watching the fight and we're focusing on it because we knew it was a tough fight, and everybody knows that Beterbiev is very strong and he can hurt you with any punch. But up to the seventh round, I had Bivol win.
Furthermore, Joel Diaz offered advice to Dmitry Bivol ahead of the rematch with Beterbiev. He acknowledged Beterbiev strength as an opponent, but emphasized that if Bivol can close the gap and control the distance, he could perform better in the second bout.
A lot of things that Bivol can do. Hit, because we know that we have a strong fighter in front of me. Throw combinations, hit, and when he's about to start unloading on me, just close the gap, get inside, close, and don't let him unload. Instead of moving back, because you got the momentum moving, he's moving after you. So he's throwing punches. But if you just step in, close the gap, stop the action, you can work, and when he's about to work, close the gap and don't let him move.
Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol are both set for their highly anticipated rematch, each expressing confidence ahead of fight night. In addition to their statements, Beterbiev made it clear that he has no concerns about the outcome of their previous encounter, focusing solely on the challenge ahead.
Into the rematch. Are you more confident than you were for the first fight, or the same?
Same.
Dmitry, are you more confident or the same?
Doesn't matter. I don't care what happened before. I just new fight, a new challenge.
Renowned boxing analyst Russ Anbar has weighed in on the upcoming rematch, expressing concerns about whether BBF has improved since their last bout. He noted that the world has yet to see BBF at his peak, but believes the fighter has likely evolved and will be in better shape this time.
How much more he can improve on his performance. I think he boxed an excellent fight. I'm not sure what alternatives he can come up with, but I do believe that Beterbiev can improve on his last performance. I don't think we saw Beterbiev at his best.
Russ Anbar reflected on the last bout between Dmitry Bivol and BBV, believing that BBV was overly conservative during the fight. He explained that BBV had recently undergone knee surgery and wasn't as forceful as usual, appearing more cautious throughout the contest. Despite this, Anbar gave BBV the edge, noting that he closed out the last 3 rounds strongly and demonstrated the ability to hurt Bivol. Anbar feels that BBV can improve on his previous performance. He also suggested that Bivol will need to bring something special to the table in the rematch to effectively handle whatever BBV brings. Anbar acknowledged the importance of the fight, praising it as a significant step forward for boxing. He emphasized that both fighters are bringing unique skills and energy to the ring, making the rematch an exciting and crucial moment in the sport.
Bivol's going to have to come up with something. He's going to have to pull something out of the hat to come up with a better performance than overtake whatever Beterbiev brings to the table. But at least it's a great fight. At least the rematch is made, and that's great for boxing.
Shiz the Adult has also shared his thoughts on the upcoming rematch between BBV and Dmitry Bivol. He reflected on BBV's previous bout with Bivol, noting that BBV had the best opportunity to land his powerful punches, but failed to capitalize on it. He explained, "I had an interview with BBV, asked him a question, and he laughed. I knew what that laugh meant. I think Bivol's best chance to beat him was in that fight. BBV was coming back after a knee repair, and I think he couldn't put pressure on that foot to deliver the power he usually does. That was Bivol's best opportunity." Shiz emphasized that prior to that fight, BBV had been knocking everyone out, and that bout marked his return from knee surgery. Bivol's coach, Mark Ramsey, also shared his perspective on the upcoming rematch. Reflecting on their first encounter, Ramsey pointed out that BBV struggled to land a clean shot. However, he confidently stated that this time, BBV will inflict much more damage on Bivol.
In the first fight, we really beat him up, like physically, like you say, but it was never like really clean punch that we are able. He came. We have to give him that. He came with a very strong, tight defense in that fight, and we was not able to really like make him do a bad move and catch him right on the chin or right. Majority of the punch was on the guard and outside of the straight punches, straight right. It was hard to catch, like very clean. I think we can do a way better job at this, using the right angle and the right punch at the right moment. And of course, I will do.
With just a few days left until the highly anticipated rematch between undisputed champion Artur BBV and Dmitry Bivol, Mark Ramsey emphasized the progress of BBV's preparations. Confident in his fighter's readiness, Ramsey assured that BBV is fully prepared to deliver an action-packed performance this time around. He explained, "In training, we have momentum. We're not starting from zero, but we're coming back from a fight. We keep working on the little details we want to improve, and we see BBV keep improving as a boxer. It's great because in the past, we have a good performance and then deal with injuries or other setbacks. Now, we're recuperating from fight to fight, and that brings a great momentum." Ramsey also revealed that BBV consistently approaches each of his fights with serious commitment and focus. He confidently stated that BBV is at the peak of his motivation and will prove himself to be the best when he faces Bivol in a rematch, ready to show his full potential in the ring.
It's fun because, to be honest, like of course, like all fighter won those belts, but it's not the major point with Artur. He take that very personal, not in term of against Bivol, but he take for himself. Like I told you, he know he can do better, and he want to do better, and this is what he's gonna show the next fight. He's self-motivate very easily.
Spencer Brown shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight, acknowledging that BBV is a very tough opponent. However, he ultimately favored Bivol to win the rematch.
Mr. Beterbiev against Mr. Bivol. I think Bivol won the first one, Spencer. After watching it back, it's 7-5.
2 rounds then.
Right.
So I think Dmitry Bivol will come. He's a very hard man to beat. Beterbiev's a hard man to beat.
Anthony Yard shared his prediction for the rematch between Artur BBV and Dmitry Bivol, reflecting on their previous encounter. Yard highlighted key factors that could influence the outcome, emphasizing that for BBV to deliver more damage to Bivol, he must capitalize on specific strategies and make adjustments from their first fight.
I do think Beterbiev won the first fight. It was a close fight. People will start saying stuff about robbery. I don't know about all that. It was a very, very close fight. Could have went either way. And the second fight, I see Beterbiev winning again, if I'm honest. But this time, if he goes to the body a bit more, I think he can cause more damage.
Roy Jones Jr. has shared his breakdown of the upcoming contest, pointing out some key factors. He believes BBV's usual aggression could benefit both fighters, as it would allow Bivol to land counters. However, if BBV plays it cautiously, Bivol could edge the fight, as he nearly did in their first encounter. Speaking to Asterisk, the Ring Asterisk magazine, Jones said, "I think it's going to be another great fight, another epic fight. I'm thinking BBV is going to be more aggressive this time, which could be good for him or bad. When you go for the kill on Bivol, it gives him the chance to hit you with those counters. But when you don't go for the kill, you give him the chance to edge the fight out, like I thought he did the first time, or it could be a draw. We'll see what happens. I think BBV learned a lot from it, and I'm sure Bivol learned a lot too." Dave Caldwell also weighed in on the potential rematch, reflecting on their previous fight. He asserted that this time, BBV would give Bivol a much tougher time. Billy Dennis has shared his thoughts on the upcoming rematch, confidently picking BBV to win the fight. He highlighted BBV's fighting attributes, saying, "This time BBV is going to knock him out. He's going to get that stoppage. You have to fight with BBV. If you can't box him, you've got to be very fit and very clever to outbox someone like that. The pressure, the ring cutting, he does it all because I've been there sparring with him. He doesn't stop. The pace never slows down. So you've got to stand there and give him something to think about. I think BBV is going to do that. And that's why he's going to catch Bivol in the crossfire. That's where it'll be night-night." Andre Durrell has also weighed in on the fight, praising Bivol for his exceptional fighting skills. He described Bivol's style as the finest example of Soviet boxing. Durrell confidently predicted that Bivol would come out on top in the rematch, believing his skill set would be decisive.
So great with his hands and feet. He has that Soviet style boxing down to a T. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to stay long. He knows how to find them shots, right? He knows how to be in and out. Tricky fake coming in, second you shoot, he right back out, and he come with a counter most of the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got Bivol.
Teofimo Lopez also shared his thoughts on the rematch, predicting that the outcome would be the same as their first encounter. He believes BBV will hurt Bivol this time, saying, "I think the same outcome. Hopefully Bivol does better than the first time." I think BBV is going to hurt Bivol this time around. Kudos to Bivol. He boxed very well, but he just didn't show enough grit in the last championship rounds. It's going to be a great fight. David Benavidez also weighed in on the rematch, sharing his prediction. While many expect a similar outcome, Benavidez isn't sure of the result. However, he confidently picked Bivol to win, saying, "I think Bivol wins." Both these fighters are high caliber, so they can make adjustments. I don't know if it's going to be the same fight, but if it's the same fight, I feel like Bivol wins. Callum Simpson, BBV's sparring partner, also shared his thoughts, predicting the fight would unfold similarly to their first encounter, with BBV emerging victorious. He forecasted that BBV would secure a stoppage in the 7th or 8th round.
The fight will go similar to how it went, but I'm hoping from round 7-8, Beterbiev will step put his foot on the gas and get the late stoppage.
British boxer Joshua Batty also weighed in on the rematch between Artur BBV and Dmitry Bivol, suggesting that the outcome would likely mirror their previous encounter. He said, "Obviously, the rematch between BBV and Bivol is like the one between Usyk and Tyson Fury. I think it will be similar, nip and tuck throughout. I can see opinions differing at the final bell on who won." Reflecting on their first bout, Batty emphasized that Bivol needs to be more dominant in the rematch. He pointed out that their last fight was a close contest and suggested that Bivol must step up and assert control to win this time.
I think in the second half of the fight, he laid back a little bit, so be a bit more dominant, show us that, you know what, he's still winning the rounds. But listen, it was a very, very close fight, but we're looking forward to the...
Jose Benavidez Sr. also shared his thoughts on the upcoming rematch, predicting that it could yield a similar result to their previous bout. He expressed his belief in Bivol's abilities, suggesting that he has the potential to win again. He said, "I think it's going to be kind of the same fight, a really close one. We've seen everything both fighters were trying to do, both doing their best. The styles of both fighters work for each other. I believe in the first 5 rounds, Bivol won. In this fight, I think Bivol can win again. He's a little bit faster, has more movement, and while BBV hits hard, I think it'll be the same type of fight." So, what do you think about the upcoming rematch? While some analysts believe Bivol won the first fight, we want to hear your take on it. Do you also think it was a close fight? Share your predictions in the comments below. Who do you think will come out on top this time? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to never miss an update.